all the way.
I'm not here.
I know. Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. So I'll start off this video with a little in a nutshell rundown of what's happening with the house that I bought with my brother. We bought the house back in November. We found out we needed planning permission to do up the inside. Naively, didn't really think we needed that for inside works, but you do. And ever since February, we've been waiting for the local council to grant that permission to start the work inside. It's now June and we're still waiting, but we now have a decision date of the 27th of June. So hopefully on the 27th of June, the local council will give me the thumbs up to basically start work on this house, and that means I can start giving you some renovation content, which will be quite exciting. In the meantime, there's not really been much we can do except tidy up the garden, so I've been doing that with my dad, as you could see at the very start of the video. And personally, just myself, I've been taking away all of the ivy that was growing up over the wall at the back, because I just thought it would look a bit better, but also I thought it would be a bit safer because there was roots from the ivy hedge, tree, branches, I don't know what you call them, going up and into the wall, which I was a bit worried might be ruining the strength of the wall, and I didn't want that wall basically like falling on anyone or anything. If I let my cat outside and she got crushed by the wall, I'd be devastated, so didn't want that. And I actually think the wall looks much nicer being exposed, so that's the renovation update. So before I get into the ominous title of this video, I want to mention today's sponsor, Mantha Sleep, who sent me out one of their pro sleep masks a couple of months back. Ever since I started using this mask, I've been having the best sleeps I've ever had. In the past, I'd tried generic sleep masks, but was always really disappointed at how much light they let in under the nose and how uncomfortable they were, especially as a side sleeper. The Pro mask fixes all of these problems. With the soft eye cups, you feel zero pressure on your eyes, no light gets in, plus the C shape means you can sleep on your side with no problems. The ventilated material makes it comfortable to wear, especially if you get hot while sleeping, which I do, and with the adjustable eye cups and strap, it'll fit anyone, no matter how weird your eyes and head are. You spend about 1/3 of your life asleep, so it's worth dropping a little bit of investment into making sure you get the best sleep you possibly can. To pick up your own Mantha Sleep mask, click the link below and get 10% off your order using the code GEORGE10 at checkout. Coming to the main event of this video, the sinister question of whether or not I'm a bad person. Now, I've not murdered anyone or started a meth empire. That's plan B if my YouTube channel doesn't work out. No, the question of being a bad person comes from the ethics surrounding my plan for the future. In 6 months' time, I'll be 30, and I've realised that I don't want to work forever. I don't want a lavish life, I want a peaceful one. I love Scotland, I love staying here, and I love simple, inexpensive things like going for walks and cycles, knocking about in my garden, squeezing my cat's head, and just hanging out with people. I don't want a Ferrari or 20 Gucci handbags. I'm not even really that interested in travelling. I just want to be healthy, happy, and quite importantly, not have to worry about money. And as part of that desire to not worry about money, I aim to build a few different income sources, one of which, as I've mentioned in the past, would be putting my tiny house on Airbnb when I move into the house that I bought with my brother. And it's that idea, the Airbnb one, that makes me wonder if I'm being a bad person, a passive income supervillain. On the one hand, it's an attractive idea because obviously it would bring in money, plus I'd be hiring my mum to manage it, which means I could, in a way, support a family member. On the other hand, I'm aware that there are concerns about the ethics of renting out houses as a business model. In a world where affordable family homes are like flying pigs, I understand that Airbnb and landlords in general have had a negative impact on that situation. I had initially decided that running this tiny house Airbnb would be okay to do since it was just that, a tiny house. I excused myself by saying well, it's not like I'm removing an affordable 4-bedroom family home from the market for my gain. Instead, I've renovated an abandoned building, so I'm neither adding nor taking anything away from the housing market. If anything, I've quote unquote saved a building. However, despite that sort of self-congratulatory stance, I wondered if just by using Airbnb, propping it up as a platform, as a business model, I might be guilty by association. So in the short term, I will be doing Airbnb to help fund the current renovation on the house I bought with my brother, but long term, I'm not so sure, and I'd be interested to hear what you all think about this. For those of you who are against Airbnb, is it all Airbnbs, or are there situations where you think it's okay? For example, if you build a cabin or renovate a disused property like I did, is it okay, or is the whole thing rotten from the ground up in your view? The reason I'm asking this question of all of you is to gather wisdom on the topic. There might be things that I haven't considered when it comes to both the positives and negatives of this endeavour, and hearing those viewpoints will help me assess my plan going forward. I've noticed that my viewers and commenters seem to be, I don't know what the polite way to say this is, a more mature group of people, so I would obviously value input from people who are wiser than me. And asking this question also lets me know how you feel about Airbnb as a discussion point on this channel. In the past, I've done videos revealing the behind the scenes finances of my projects, and if the general attitude towards me doing Airbnb isn't an angry one, as I fear it might be, and instead is an idea that seems to have support and interest from you all, then that opens up the option of making videos about this endeavour. I've personally watched a lot of videos from people speaking about things like how much it costs to start an Airbnb, regrets they've had about running an Airbnb, and obviously the topic that always piques people's curiosity, how much money it makes. So yeah, if it's something you are all interested in and people don't see me as the aforementioned passive income supervillain, then that opens up an opportunity to make a bunch of videos covering the topics I just listed out with my own Airbnb. Now, to come to another very pressing and important issue, I can't believe how bad the cakes I made in this video were. I recently bought a couple of small cake tins because whenever I make these little baking videos, I'd use regular tins and end up making a cake that was just too big for a wee guy like me to finish on his own. So I decided to get these smaller tins, and this was the first time I'd used them, but I had no idea how much to reduce the regular cake recipes by to make a normal sized mini cake. The first one I made was an absolute pancake, and the second one was an absolute doorstep. I just didn't have it in me to make a third one with the correct proportions, so unfortunately your eyes have to be cursed with the offensive results of this experiment. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd appreciate you taking a second to leave a like and subscribing for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.